Okay, we're back on our walk through the woods on the hunt for pathogens. But to be honest, there's kind of pathogens all around us, in fact. Did you find something, Lily? Yeah, she did. Look at that.
Look at those leaf spots.
Leaf spots. There are so many types of pathogens, especially affecting plants out here in the woods. Yeah. And we're going to find a good place to show you some awesome, not so awesome, crazy pathogens that we have found. And we'll be right back.
Like our other categories of fungus, there are many pathogens and many kinds of pathogens. Fungal pathogens infect tons of things. They infect animals like us and insects, bigger animals as well. They infect plants, a plethora of plant species, and even affect other fungal species.
Mm-hmm.
There are two main kinds of fungal pathogens. First is mycoses. Mycoses is internal, while the other kind, mycotoxins, are exposure to the fungal pathogen. Too big.
For mycoses, there are 3 types of mycoses that form. The first one is anthophilic, and those only affect humans. The next is
Just the way.
zoophilic, which affect animals, but they can be transferred to humans from animals, so kind of also affecting humans. And then the last is geophilic, which is fungi pathogens just in the soil, and that's much rarer than the first 2, antho and zoophilic types of mycoses. And pathogens can be seen in everyday life. You can get it within your houses from black molds, which are really hazardous and not as common as you may think, actually. But there's also plenty of other molds that can cause sort of issues within your immune system. But black mold's a really good example of that. Lots of plant species develop spots, leaf spots. There's anthracnose. There's mildews and molds and rust and smuts and even more.
And you can see them if you go out and look around. The leaf spots, pretty noticeable. Mm-hmm. If you go out, look around before all the leaves fall off the trees, you'll find them.
Some common animal pathogens that occur are things like white nose syndrome, which are affecting little brown bats and other brats. There's a snake fungal disease that's affecting snakes.
Mm-hmm. There's also ones that infect amphibians, chytrids, and their cordyceps is a huge pathogen, and it infects so many things. It infects invertebrates, and it can also infect other fungi, which is really interesting. But something to know about cordyceps is that the compound that is immunocompromising to invertebrates is an immunostimulant to humans.
Wow.
So it's medicinal for us, but
Very
kills the invertebrate.
Mm-hmm. And some common human pathogens are, well, of course, black mold affects us heavily. But also like athlete's foot, that's a type of mycoses. Like ringworm, surprisingly, even though it has worm in it.
They function like fairy rings. We didn't go over fairy rings, but
if you know what a fairy ring looks like, it's similar to that, where there's an initial fungi and then it shoots out spores, and then those spores kind of go in a circle around that original location of sprouting where that fungi was. And then that process kind of repeats over and over again, and it causes the rings to go out.
That's
even
what
further.
happens with ringworm.
Ringworm. Thrush, which is something in the mouth. Looks kind of gnarly, and we're not going to put any pictures of these things on here for your guys' sake.
You're welcome.
And pigeon fancier's lung, which I don't think is as common these days, maybe in some places because people don't really do pigeon messengers anymore. But probably was real big back in the day. It's caused by pigeon poop infecting people. Serious stuff.
Serious stuff. And so those are the pathogens.
Okay, and that's a brief overview about pathogens.
So many.
There are a lot of pathogens, and
they'll get you.
they do get you. And be careful. If you see mold in your house, maybe clean it, bleach it, do something to get rid of it. It's probably not black mold. That's a big fear that people have, and a common misconception that black mold kind of just grows everywhere and anywhere in buildings.
Not
It
all
does
mold
not.
that's black is black mold.
So yeah, if there's any mold in your home, please clean it up and wash your hands.
Be on the lookout for pathogens.
That's right. And yeah, take care of yourself out there.
This is Lillian Cardigan signing off.
Signing
Now
off.
you know all about fungi.
That's right. Okay.
Bye.